Your next comic, also amazing. He's been at San Francisco Sketch Fest. He's a regular at Helium Comedy Club. He also has a show called Neon Rainbow. It is a queer comedy stand-up showcase. If you ever see it pop up, definitely check it out. Check him out right now. Give it up for Brendan Creecy.
Hell yeah. Give it up for Chris. Give it up for Covert, the Joes. I love the Joes. I love Colin, Cody, the whole staff. They're fucking great. Be sure to tip them all. Tip us. We need the money. I feel like a pastor right now. Give me money. I used to supply preach. You guys know what that is? It's like the open micers of preaching. And I went to school in Missouri, and these tiny churches, they couldn't afford to have a full-time preacher, so they give me $250, $500, and I had like 3 sermons, and I just rotate them. It was fucking great. Easy money. Easy money. Yeah, I don't think I need to ask this, but who here has church trauma? Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, church trauma. So much worse than regular trauma because it's disguised in love. Like, it's fucked up. I have so much church trauma and church bullshit in my head. I'll be in the shower, and it's like, Lord, I lift your name on high. And I'm like, get out of my head. Get out. If I could pay somebody to Eternal Sunshine the church shit out of my head, they would be rich if somebody could figure that out. Like, I don't need my past relationships. I need all the fucking Bible verses and worship songs and fucking youth pastors that tried to touch me. Like, all that shit out of my head. Get it out. Yeah, I was so deep in the church growing up. I got baptized 3 times. 3 times baptized right here. First time, pretty normal. I joined the church when I was 13. Got baptized. I thought that was the end of things. Went to Bible college at 21, and they told me, no, you're going to hell because you were baptized wrong. And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, you were sprinkled by a woman. I know that sounds sexy, but apparently it's bad. They're like, Brendan, if you want to go to heaven, you have to get dunked by a man. And I'm like, that also sounds sexy. Hell yeah, get dunked by a man. They're like, no, dunked in the water. I was like, okay, cool. How about no? And then they harassed me. I got peer pressured because I'm at this college in close quarters with everybody. They're like, hey, Joe Bob hasn't been baptized yet. Brendo not baptized yet. Get him. Let's get him, guys. And they would like surround me and just quote the Bible at me. And I'm like, fine. I can't handle this for the next 3 years. So I did it. I got dunked by a man. And they left me alone, and it was great. The last time I got baptized, I got tricked. It was the Pentecostals. You guys familiar with the Pentecostals? They're a bunch of sneaky bastards. They had like the cool coffee house in our little town I was going to school in Missouri. They had like a coffee house. They had a big church with a gym where we could play basketball, just all this shit to lure you in. And they really lured me in because they brought in the wrestler Sting, who at the time was my favorite wrestler. I love wrestling and I love Sting, and I was very excited. And they're like, so I went and he talked about Jesus, and I was like, this kind of sucks. And then they're like, you want to meet him? And I was like, oh, yes, I do. And they're like, well, you got to get baptized. And I was like, you sons of bitches. You tricked me. They're tricksy. And they're like, yeah, and when you get baptized in the Pentecostal church, you speak in tongues. And I was like, challenge accepted. So I got dunked again by a man. And then I came out of the water and I was like, Habdullah Shakta, Shilabada Honda. Where's Sting? Where's the stinger? And he came out in his full makeup and trench coat, and he's like, welcome to the flock, brother. And I was like, hell yeah. And he's like, what did you just say to me? And I was like, oh, I mean NWO for life, in this case, eternal life. And that's about how I think I'm going to hell, you guys. I think I'm going to hell. Either or I'm really going to heaven because I'm super baptized. I don't know. 3 different denominations. I got my bases covered. Yeah, I grew up, I was a youth group kid. Where are my youth group kids at? Hell yeah. Getting busy in those church vans. Laying on hands. Speaking in tongues. La, 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 la. That's what we called it. For me as a queer dude, it was just dry humping a lot of dudes. Because I would tell them if our clothes are on, it's not gay. And they believed me. And, but yeah, I came out when I was 30 because, like I said, I was a church kid. I spent 18 years trying to pray it away, and it didn't work. Did not work. So I was a late blooming gay. Came out when I was 30 on a podcast by accident. Because it was very 2010 of me, that's when it happened. It was a True Blood podcast. You guys fuck with True Blood? Yeah, that show on HBO where the vampires fucked a lot and all fast. It was very sexy. And I wanted to fuck Alexander Skarsgård. Yeah, hell yeah. I'd fuck that whole family, even the dad. Like, they're fucking sexy Norwegian, fucking Norseman, blonde, sexy. I could go on, and I was going on and on in this podcast about how much I wanted to fuck Alexander Skarsgård, and my co-host was like, dude, Brendo, are you gay? And I was like, oh, shit. You got me. I am gay for Alexander Skarsgård and most dudes. And then because tens of people listen to the podcast, I felt the need to tell my friends and family I was gay, except for my mom, because she didn't know what a podcast was. And she's dead now, and she never knew what a podcast was. But I told her I was gay like 5 years later, because I felt bad, and then she made it about herself, which is what moms do. She was pretty religious, but she was cool. She loved her gay son. She loved me. But my mom used to body shame me all the time when I was a kid. Like, when I was a kid, she would say shit like, Brendan, if you keep eating like that, no woman's going to love you. And that's a terrible thing to say to a kid. But as I told you before, joke's on her, because I'm fucking gay. I have fucked way hotter dudes than my mom ever did. Like, she's done. I'm still chugging that D. Yeah, I lost my faith. I lost my faith when I was a stealth missionary in China. I got tricked into going to China to teach English and spread the word of the Lord, because you're not allowed to you can't declare yourself as a missionary in China. They will deport you immediately. And so I was an English teacher, and then I would do shit like invite a bunch of students over and leave my Bible on the table and be like, oh, what's this? Maybe we should read it. And they'd be like, what the fuck is this dude's deal getting us to read this stupid book? And they would leave. And I had like a crisis of faith, because we went to the city Xi'an, which is the oldest city in China, therefore one of the oldest cities in the world. And they had me like, they had these tablets, and they're like, you could touch them. And as I touched it, this thing that's like thousands of years older than the Bible, I was like, I made a huge mistake with my life, telling 1.2 billion people they're going to hell, and I have the answer. That's fucked up. I'm trying to make a joke of this, but I'm failing. So yeah, that's why I tried to, I went a little nuts in China when I lost my faith, because I was like, I don't think I'm into this anymore, and also I'm kind of gay. And so I flipped out, and I tried to kill myself by taking a bunch of pills and nothing happened. And I didn't understand why till I took the pills over to my neighbor, and he's like, "These are herbs." And I was like, "I need help." And that's how I became an gay ex-Christian. You guys have been great. Thank you so much. My name is Brendan Creecy. Give it up for your host, everybody.